Sule, we're going to Nexus. All right, day one here. We got 2 objectives. Complete our mission given by Dragonsteel and check out the merch store. They go all across the convention center. We need to find the cell booth. And then I don't know what we were doing after that.
Everybody.
Okay, we just saw Brandon's panel with Matt Dinneman and Pierce Brown, and it was electric. We're gonna head to get some food and then come back for the Tailored Realities release party, so that's gonna be fun.
Please welcome to the stage, Brandon and Emily Sanderson.
People started to ask me, Brandon, in 2026, where's the Cosmere novel? We've got one.
Okay, Sule, so we're back in the hotel after day 2, and I have a lot of thoughts about what's happened so far. So the biggest news of yesterday was obviously the new release of Secret Project 5 coming next year's Nexus, so that's 2026. So this story follows a new character named December, who is a human creature with a different descent from the people she's living with. She's a foster child, and it's a whole story narrated by Hoyd. But the big hook, and spoiler warning if you don't want to know this, click off the video now, but the big hook for December is that she lives this whole horrible life being an outcast, and then when she's, I think it's 80, she dies. And the next day she wakes back up, back when she's 20. This is insane for a lot of reasons, and we'll get more into that later. But the other big thing about this book is this disease that goes through the town killing everybody. December even succumbs to it, I think, by the end, or it's old age. I can't 100% remember, but this disease, I noticed something that I'm probably overthinking, but that's kind of my job here. 10. Okay, so this disease killed 1 in 10. Any misformed fans out there think this sounds familiar? We had 1 in 16 people being snapped as ATM mistings. 1 in 10 are surviving this plague coming from a demon. Well, where is the number 10 important in the Cosmere? Well, it's on Roshar. So today in Brandon's spoiler Q&A, he was asked a question about this book, about December, and he mentioned that this is a series of 3 books. So we've got Tress, Yumi, and then this new book. So these 3 books are told in order by Hoyd, but the events didn't happen chronologically in order. So this story being told by Hoyd as the narrator is after, he's telling the story to people after he told Yumi. But the events of the story were very specifically stated to be not in order. So the first thing I'm thinking is Roshar, right? Like, could this story be taking place on Roshar? I don't know. I don't think so, because rivers of blood and demons don't seem Roshar to me. Now, this could be an Era 2 Roshar somehow, after the time dilation, or between the events of what happens at the end of Wind and Truth and what happens before Book 6, or even after Book 10 of Stormlight. Something could have happened on Roshar. There's Rivers of Bloods and Demon now, and they regressed back technologically because Roshar knows that. Could have been during one of the desolations that Bali Mishram became a blood demon. Again, none of this seems right. But what if it's not Roshar? What if it's different? What if it's Ashen? Now, Cultivation spent a little bit of time on Ashen, so the number 10 could be interesting, but the thing is, 1 in 10 survive, which means 9 die to this disease when it comes. 9 being the number of odium. I don't know, I might be way overthinking this, but Ashen is known as the planet whose magic system revolves around diseases, and who odium first invested when he came to the planet. So I don't know. What do you think? Regardless, this Cosmere story is going to be awesome, so I'm really excited to see what you guys think, and I'm really excited to cover it at Nexus next year. But the other big things that happened in the Q&A. We're going to have a huge Kevin 7 video on all the Q&A stuff, but Brandon canonized, mostly as a joke, but he did canonize today, that Corvelium Vast, the dragon, giving Lift this investiture mechanic where she feeds off lifelight, where she has to eat to gain investiture, is somewhat related to what the dragons are doing in Isles of the Underdark. Vague spoilers here. So we'll talk about that in that video, but that was a huge moment that wasn't supposed to be huge. And then the other thing that was huge was this conversation about Teravodium, this conversation about what Retribution was doing at the end of Wind and Truth with Car Brawl. Brandon said what happened there was the most important thing that happened in the series. So basically, there's a lot to talk about. We're gonna have a whole video about it. I'm gonna do a lot of research. I'm probably gonna get things wrong. You're gonna let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much. And yeah, we're gonna keep chugging on. But we only have to wait 1 more year for a canon Cosmere story. Thank God. We also got the printed version of King Lopin and Elsecaller in this cute little double bound volume. Shout out to Mac for making this happen for me, because I could not get one before it ran out of stock. So if you care about either of these stories, we obviously have the video up that none of you guys watched from last year's Nexus, because those story deck videos were not popular and the stories are kind of mid, but enjoy them if you want. Other than that, we got to meet a bunch of cool people, a bunch of cool fans. It was awesome. You guys are seriously the best community in the world, and we're just really thankful to have you as fans. So yeah, we're gonna have a little bit more update tomorrow, but other than that, that's it for tonight. It's been a great 2 days, and I really hope more of you guys can make it out next year. I hope they keep growing it. I hope demand doesn't skyrocket, but I also hope it does, because the more people, the merrier. But either way, that's me signing off. Kolo?